Whenever I sit down and I see women, I see girls, where they try in their marriages to flex muscle with their husband, talking about equality in marriage, they try to equate themselves with men. I pity them a lot. I really, really feel pity. I feel pity. You go be woman when they go church. You go church, pass through the messages from the Bible, reach out, you go still come because they flex power with your husband for house. Now wait till your pastor they teach you that. And one of the worst things when I'm able to see presently is that many pastors of the Pentecostal enclave, they add sign or they add disinfectant to the food of marriages. Because they feel say waiting that they teach presently for church now waiting God see me they teach. See, there is no place in the Bible where Bible for equate woman and man in marriage. We must be very, very factual with ourselves. That's why I say, not be so far, this now pastor, meaning he get every experience of life. Where we say if you get problem in your marriage, you dash straight to go and tell him. If you tell your pastor the first time, say, this now the problem when I pass through in my marriage, be you a man or a woman, may you study in contribution to your complaint. You need to use your head. If a contribution be positive, you go know as a man or a woman. If a contribution now disaster, it will create in your marriage, you need to know and devise your next step next time. If not, it will help you crash that marriage. We not go to behave as if we don't know the realities of life. When God first created Adam, God created Adam with a woman. That's why they always encourage us, say, make we try to read. There are so many facts so hidden from the people of today. You know this fact only when you choose to gain more knowledge about the common things where people just look from only the surface. Today, if you ask certain questions in the church, maybe in Sunday school, if you ask certain questions, they will ask you, say, what take your mind to that kind of question what they ask? Is there any question that is too bad to ask? Is there any question that is not fit to ask? Your answer to that question, now you will either choose to let you know whether that question will continue another day or you put an end to it. You must be able to give a satisfying answer to certain questions. Person ask, say when Cain, after he killed Abel, then God chased him out of the garden to wander, and they wandered into the world. Okay, you remember, all of us go remember saying, when he wandered into the world, God put a mark on him that no one should kill him. And before God put that mark on him, let us go to our reality reasoning. Say, make anybody not kill him. That means as the one that he goes to, he get people when he go meet on the way, we go they most likely to kill him, because that mark, they will see him in him, say, this guy don't commit something bad. He deserve to die. But that mark God put and say, make none of those people kill him. Then who are those people? Because now only be the only picking now where they as existing as a child from Adam and Eve. Okay, we understand, see, Adam and Eve, they born other children later. But as he wander go, he meet people for that side when he go. And they later got married. Who are those people? Because God separates them from this family when he leave already so. Because he's evil and God chased him away. Because these people where God create for years so, God created them exceptionally different from those people when he did that side. We must understand, see, when God created man and woman this time, He creates them, say, let us create these people in our own image. And when God creates Adam, he creates him with a woman. What are they try to tell our women here? Don't flex muscle with your husband. Not measure equality with your husband. Because the reason why God created Eve for disciplinary reason, for the reason of obedience, for the reason of submission. That be the reason why God did create Eve. Because that first woman, when God created with Adam, because God created her the same way He created Adam, the woman refused to take orders from Adam. The woman refused to be on the downside of Adam. If Adam give him any order to do anything, she flouts the order. If Adam refer that this is what God say we should do, he say, who is God? Who is God? So they use bad names to say they qualify God. Then God became offended with the woman. And when she saw that God became offended with her, she fled away from that garden. And God realized that Adam became single and so lonely. And for that reason, God came up with replacing that woman with Eve. And in order for Eve to be submissive, obedient, and to remain the helper and helpmate to Adam, he made Adam to fall into a deep sleep and got a rib out of Adam, this time to create Eve, making Eve and the life in continuation to realize that you are to remain subjected and submissive under the full obedience and controllership of man. Now it is created from the ribs of Adam. And that was Eve, who is now the woman of today. So, make we not this stupid to the belief, say, God not create any other person, or any other thing. So when girls, women these days, they rant, make them remember, see, there was a woman, and that woman became hated by God because she tried to flex muscle, to equate herself, to even make herself much more important and greater than Adam. So she was replaced. If we don't know the name of that woman, make I let you know. The name of that woman was Lilith. Lilith is the name of that woman. Spiritually, that woman represents an evil night woman that deals mercilessly with newborn babies, pregnant women. She torments pregnant women during their sleeps, sometimes leading to stillbirth. She torments men by masturbation during their sleeps in dreams, and many other things. That is what she transformed into. And many times she's replicated in the Greek mythology by the face of the night bird, which is owl. And this is one of the reasons why owl as a night bird is dreaded and is easily used by evil authorities of the night. Make we try, make we study, make we read. When we talk like that, not mean say we be spiritual people. We are ordinary people, but trying to let us understand the realities of things and things that we are supposed to be in the Bible, but we are somehow removed from the Bible. We need to understand the Bible is a very wide book. If you see the true version of the Bible, fear not even make you open it. If you don't work out, reach place where you go see that, where you see that Bible, you go know say actually this Bible wey we dey use so e not complete. Things were removed. Then you go begin ask yourself the whys of their removal. We need to know a lot of things. This is a life of knowledge, and more are yet to come. Now, life of knowledge now is this. We need to expand our horizon so that when person dey deceive you, you go easily know, say, this way this person dey talk not complete. Something is hidden. We need to know all these things. We need to know. So remember today that the first woman we got created, her name is Lilith. Now, insubordination, now make her dey replaced with Eve. Eve, who is today the mother of all human beings wey dey exist. No put her like that one. See, the human beings wey dey exist too. Because Cain, make we remember, Cain, Enoch wey the popular person for Bible so. Enoch na son of Cain. So make we know, say, evil people, God dey able to use them to do something sometimes. That's why I talk for my message before. Good and bad, we are created by God. I think they count for us. How waiting we human beings they look say na evil, this thing they supposed to destroy, and God he hates this thing. Now we human beings they say waiting you hate, now God hate. Now lie. There are certain things where we say we condemn completely. Say this thing, God the best. Now lie. Heaven may be celebrating that thing that we are seeing as evil for a purpose of the future. King Solomon, a product of a product of marriage that is supposed to be that is King Solomon not supposed to exist. If we don't know, maybe we realize that woman wey born King Solomon for David. Now the woman where David climb upstairs, he see the woman, married woman where the bath side the room. Then in guard, they made them go bring the woman comfort. And the husband and one of the soldiers where they fight for the Israelites. People they fight for forefront of war. Soldiers of David. At the end, what happened? David again sent that the same husband so that the woman, all the coast go dey clear for him to carry. Now he sent the soldier. He give a letter for in one hand when he carry take go give the commander of the battle. Make they put am for the forefront of the war. If the war don't hit well, make they run go back, leave and make it for that. And that was how the man was killed, Uriah. And the woman became a freedom for David to take over. When he born, God decided to let her begin as the only discipline when he give to David. Then thereafter, he forgive David because David was the man after the heart of God. See, so the way of God, nobody can question it, and nobody knows it all. So not let somebody they tell you for that. If you see somebody do want to say, yeah, this man he marry one woman, he do this one, he say so God the best for him. You don't know whether now you will they talk so now God the best for. You don't know whether God get the reason why he let that man do that thing. So the ways of God, no one questions it. We only pray that God. That is why the popular word say, let thy will be done. Because not only in I know your own way. No man know. No man know. You see? So now so the thing be. God created Lilith before Eve. So women, I beg you now well. If you dey flex muscle with your husband, it's one of the biggest offense against God. God will only be offended with your husband if he is not treating you well, the way a man is supposed to treat his wife. If they treat you well, then you got to want to measure yourself with that man. You are already sitting against the will of God. So make we remember, anything we do, the most important things we God want us to do, make we know them. Any other thing when you don't know how it take the happen, remove your eye, come out. Only God know what thing they do. So make we remember, there was Lilith before Eve. Once again, I want to remind us, let us remember that Papa God, the wash.